Hey guys, we're back with another long-awaited video, and this is on the 2011 Princess Leia in slave outfit from the Vintage Collection, and it was on a Return of the Jedi card back. So a little bit about these figures. I never intended to get a slave Leia. I had one as a kid back in the 90s, and I obviously played with it. But then when I became a collector and I started collecting the vintage Star Wars pieces, I only need a few pieces left for that. I never really thought of getting a slave Leia again, but I had a little bit of room in my collection, so I picked up this, and I picked up some other figures that never got released as vintage figures for the toys back in the 70s and 80s, and if you really think about it, they are kind of important, especially a character like this. And I've noticed over the years, before the Vintage Collection line, when they started releasing, those characters that only have really appeared on screen for like a minute or two, never really did any well. But the one that kind of did, and everyone kind of knows about it from the 80s, was the Yak Face figure. So that kind of lucked out, and a few of the other Power of the Force figures as well. But yeah, so this is the slave Leia. I bought her back, I think, in 2013, and the first video is up from there. So it's already, I think, 2 years old. But I really like this figure. I think it's really cool, and I remember when I was buying this, I just had a feeling this was going to go up because the Vintage Collection line did very well, and it did very well with collectors as well. And I love the staff that it comes with, and the drinking glass, and her actual skirt is actual material, which is really cool. Kind of reminds you of the Return of the Jedi figures from the 80s. And, I know that when cloth came out for the figures at the time, it was kind of a big deal. So I just think this is really cool. What else could I say about it? Now it is quite expensive on card. I've seen these go for $30, $40 now, even more. And I bought her. I was lucky enough to buy her for only $18 on eBay 2 years ago. So, I was very fortunate. But I like it, and she fits really nicely next to the vintage figures. Actually, you know what? I'm actually going to go pull one off my shelf for you guys, just to kind of show you the difference here. Hold on. Here's a vintage figure. It's a little bit bigger because of the body, but as you can see, it goes along very well, and he would be taller than her. This is a 1984 prune face, so this is one of my favorite figures here. I love this figure because I like the cape. It has a vintage look to it, and it was also one of those figures that came out during Jedi that didn't get a lot of screen time and is easy to find, but finding this figure loose, it's hard to find a clean cape on him. So that's the only downfall. But as you can see, they go very well, these both Jedi figures. Yeah, I really like the Leia, and as you can see, it goes well with this vintage prune face figure over here from the 80s. So anyways, thank you for watching, and if you do find this slave Leia online from the Vintage Collection, and if it's at a price that you want to pay for and open it, I would 100% go for it. because this figure is just going to go up in time for a modern Star Wars figure. So anyway, stay tuned and thanks for watching.